Hey there guys, I've got a big subject for you today. Top 5 directors. Let's do this. Number 5, George Lucas. George Lucas is my number 5 because he started 2 franchises. 2 of the greatest cinematic franchises in history, Star Wars and Indiana Jones. That is more than other directors have done. Other directors I thought of mentioning, like Peter Jackson. He did Lord of the Rings, but he didn't start 2 fresh sagas, and 2 of the greatest sagas in cinematic history of all time. George Lucas deserves number 5. Number 4, Ridley Scott. Ridley Scott is one of the greatest and most feared directors of all time. His direction is legendary. He has brought franchises that will not go away. Alien, Blade Runner, his standalone pieces, Gladiator for one, and he is known for doing the business and doing it well. He doesn't mess around with cuts. His visuals are beautiful. Ridley Scott, number 4. Number 3, Quentin Tarantino. Tarantino is on this list, and so high up the list because he's one of the most stylized directors of all time. His films are unmissable in terms of picking him out and saying that's a Tarantino film. Each one of his films has his feel, has a touch of what makes his pictures his. The titles that he has in between slides, in between takes, his fast-paced rhythm, everything that makes his movies special puts him at number 3 for me. Number 2, John Hughes. John Hughes has a soft spot in my heart. He created movies that were for the downtrodden or people that weren't accepted in society, and he makes them human and gives them a spot in each of our hearts. He breaks boundaries, destroys stereotypes, and does it with warmth and comedy. And for that, he deserves, in my spot at least, 2nd place. Number 1, Steven Spielberg. Now this might be a bit of a cop-out because I'm sure everybody would rank Steven Spielberg quite high up. To be honest, John Hughes could have been my number 1 just because I love his movies so much. But Spielberg is undeniably one of, if not the greatest director of all time. His movie franchises have spanned generations, and his movies have stood the test of time for those generations. Co-creating Indiana Jones with George Lucas, his works are easily recognisable amongst others. When you watch his films, you say, that feels like a Steven Spielberg film. Yet he doesn't have I wouldn't say he's a great stylistic director. It's just you feel the quality that he brings to movies. And his narration and storytelling within those movies are warm and told exquisitely. My greatest director, Steven Spielberg. I hope you agreed with my list. I know it's pretty dicey talking about directors. If you did, drop me a comment, like and subscribe. Yeah, let me know how good a job I did. Thanks a lot.